whispered logic puzzles. Thank you for joining me. I'm Andrea, and I'll be playing through level 14 of Sandwich Sudoku by Cracking the Cryptic. First, I'm going to find my ones and my nines. In this row, between the 1 and the 9, the digits add up to 7. There's a 7 over here, which means the 1 can't be over here at all, and that it must be 2 digits between the 1 and the 9. In this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 20. Oh, and I've already got the 1 down here. Well, good enough. In this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 7, which can be 1 or 2 digits. If it's over here, it'll be 2 digits. It would be 3 and 4. And the 9 could go there. The 9 could also go here or here. And in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 8, which can be done with 1 or 2 digits. So the 1 could be here or here. Oh, it couldn't be here because there's a 1 right there. So the 1 could be here or here or here. And also the 5 will be outside of that area. Okay, so in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. You could do that with 2 or 3 digits. So I would say the 1 could be here, but it can't be because there's already a 1 right there. Or here, which is where it is. So it finishes that column and the square. In this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 8. That can be done with 1 or 2 digits. That could put a 9 here or here, but it can't be here because of the 26. So the 9 could be here or here. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 26, which can be done with 4 or 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 9 could be here or here. In this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 0, meaning they're right next to each other. It means I can't have a 1 or a 9 over here. And one of them will be in the center here. Then in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 25, which can be done with 5 or 6 digits. One of them is a 5, which still allows both. So the other one will be either here or here. And in this square, there's only one spot left, so our 9 goes there. That finishes that row. In this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. That can be done with 2 or 3 digits. Be here or here. And since this row it's 35, that means one of them is at one side and one is at the other. So that satisfies that column and that row. Okay, now in this square we only have one spot left, so the 9 goes here. In this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 21, which can be done with 3, 4, or 5 digits. It's not 3 digits because there's a 4 and a 6. That could be this one. Actually, that's the only option, so that puts the 1 right here. In this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 14. That can be done with 2, 3, or 4 digits. So the 9 can be here 6 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 1 could be here or here. There's only one spot left in this square, so I'll put the 9 in there. And in this row column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 7. It can be done with 1 or 2 digits, and it is right there. It also finishes this row. Oh, in this column, there's a 9, and the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 14. That can be done with 2, 3, or 4 digits. So we can have a 1 here or here. And now in this square we only have one spot left for the 1. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 15. That can be done with 2, 3, or 4 digits. So it could be up here, if that's a 7 and 8. Or it could, oh no, it can't be down here because we've already got this row complete. So the 9 goes here and turns this into a 1. And I see in this column there's only one spot left for the 1. And that finishes this row and shows that this is a 9. And now we have all the 1s and the 9s for this puzzle. So I'm going to collect all these X's and clear them off so I can work on solving the puzzle. Okay. In this row, they're next to each other. In this row, there's 2 digits that add up to 8. I can't narrow it down further than that yet. In this row, there's 2 digits that add up to 7. Can't narrow that down yet. In this row, there's 3 digits that add up to 13. And one of them is a 6. Okay, can't narrow it down further. In this row, it includes all the digits. And this here, we've got an 8. In this row, it's 2 digits, it adds up to 7. Does not include a 4. So it's 2 and 5. This column already has a 2, so there's a 5 and a 2. In this row, there are 6 digits that add up to 28, which will be right there. The one that's outside of it is 7, so I'm going to write that right now because everything else is in here. In this row, there's 2 digits that add up to 14, which means it's 6 and 8. This column already has an 8, so we'll put the 6 and 8. In this column, there's 2 digits that add up to 10. Does not include a 7. In this column, there's 4 digits that add up to 26. Okay, we've already got the 8. There's a 6 in this square, so I'll put the 6 right here. So 5 and 7, there's a 5 in this row. So make that a 7 and 5. In this column, there's 4 digits that add up to 21. It'll be 3, 4, 6, 8. We already have a 6 and 4, so we have 3 and 8. This row has an 8, so I'll put the 3. And there's the 8. In this column, there's 3 digits that add up to 10. That can be done with 2, 3, and 5. This row has a 5 and a 2, so I'll put the 3. And the 2 and the 5 can be in either of those. This column has 3 digits that add up to 20. We've already got the 8, so the others are 5 and 7. This row has a 5, so put the 5 there and the 7 there. That means that this is a 2 and this is a 5. And this square is easy to finish, so we'll do it 1, 2, 3. We're missing the 4. this column, there's 2 digits that add up to 7, and it includes a 2. So the other is a 5. In this column, there's 2 digits that add up to 15, and we already have the 7. So that's the 8. In this column, there's 5 digits that add up to 29. Already have the 5. Okay, up here, so it's 3, 6, 7, 8. The 7 and the 8 are up here already, so it'll be 3 or 6 up here. And 7 and 8 here, there's already an 8 in this row. This will be 7 and 8. In this column, there's 2 digits that add up to 14. A 6 and an 8. There's already an 8 in the square, so this will be the 6 and the 8. Okay, we'll go back through. Here we've got 2 digits that add up to 8. And let's see. Alright, I see something. Both of these columns have a 6, which means it can't be the 2 and 6. So it's the 3 and the 5. This column has a 5, so we'll go 3 and 5. In this row, there's 2 digits that add up to 7. One of them is a 5, so the other is a 2. Oh, look at over here. This has now been narrowed down to 6, which makes this a 3. Okay, I've got between the 1 and the 9 in these rows. But you know what? Let's just do the square while we're here. We have 1. We don't have a 2. This row has a 2, so the 2 is right here. We have 3, and we don't have 4. So put that right there. And let's do this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So here I've already got between the 1 and the 9. And here there's, well, let's go ahead and do this. So it was 6 digits. So we need 2, 3, 4, and 6. There's already a 2 in this square and a 2 in that column, so 2. Let's see if 3. Looks like the 3 can't be in this column. Actually, the 3 has to be here. We're going to put the 3 right here. And there's a 4 in that column, so we're putting the 4. And now we've got the 6. Go right there. And we've got this square so close. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this row we did between the 1 and the 9. In this column, there's 2 digits that add up to 10. One of them is a 4. The other is a 6. In this column, we've got those, but there's only 2 at the end. Let's see if we can do a 1. We don't have a 2. And the square has a 2, so the 2 goes right here. Then 3. And I don't have the 4, so let's put the 4 right there. And this column, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have 7. And now let's do the square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in this column, there's 2 missing. Let's go for it. 1, and one of those is a 2. And we have 3 and 4, but there's a 4 in this row. So the 4 is right there, and the 2 is right there. So I can finish this square probably. Let's see, 1, There's a 3 in this row and a 3 in this row, so we'll put the 3 right here. Then 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 7 in this row. So 7 and then 8. Okay, in this column. 1, 2. Don't have a 3. This column. 1, 2, 3. And we're missing the 4. Okay. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In this square I've got 1, 2. I don't have the 3. This square 1. See, we don't have 2. There's a 2 in this row and a 2 in this row.